Hey, what's going on guys, Sensus here, and today I'm going to show you how to maximize your damage output when you shadow dance. I'm going to show you what you should keep up before you actually shadow dance. I'm going to show you what you shouldn't do, what you should do, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like in an actual PvP scenario. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is this shadow dance macro right here, and what it does when you pop it, it's going to cast shadow dance, shadow blades, and pop your PvP trinket. And if you hit it again, it's going to cast ambush, so you won't miss any damage output on your target due to bar lag or anything like that. And I'm going to have this macro in the description, so you can just go ahead and copy it down from there. Alright, so first off, I'm going to show you what most rogues tend to do when they pop shadow dance. This is the wrong way to do it. It's known as the spam bush into eviscerate method. Alright, before we move on, let's just do a quick recap. I was able to hit a peak of 68k DPS and pull off 5 ambushes and 2 eviscerates. Now the biggest problem with this method, you might have noticed that I was energy starved. A lot of the time there were points where I wasn't doing any damage because I was just completely out of energy. And that's the biggest problem with this method, because the only form of energy regen that you're getting is when you pull off your 5-point finishers with eviscerate, and even then you only get 25 energy back. So now I'm going to show you guys the correct way of doing it so you could avoid energy starving yourself and you could get as much damage output as possible. Alright, now before I go ahead and play the clip, I just want to give you a rundown on what I'm doing. Okay, so I do pre-med and get slice and dice up, and what slice and dice does is it increases my melee attack speed by 57%, and more importantly I'm going to regenerate 8 energy every 2 seconds, which means throughout shadow dance alone I'm going to regenerate a total of 32 energy, as well as do a lot of extra damage with shadow blades. Alright, so now that we have everything down, let's test it out. Alright, with this method I was able to hit a DPS peak of 75k with 6 ambushes and 2 eviscerates. Now I did have a test before this one where I hit up to 80k DPS with 7 ambushes and 2 eviscerates, but I wasn't recording at the time, so this was the next best thing. Now obviously your DPS is going to vary depending on your gear and what you're actually targeting. In this video I was just targeting level 70 target dummies, so you're probably not going to get that much DPS on an actual player. So that's why I have this method being used on actual players in battlegrounds. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message, and enjoy.
Just beginning my own surgery. Now get away everything and tear away everything.